Hello guys, welcome to one of my videos, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can create professional looking 3D text and import them to your Photoshop. You could use these for anything like graphics design, template designs. You could put your 3D text on your website, your pictures, anything like that. And what programs you'll need is Photoshop and Cinema 4D. Now Cinema 4D is our main source of program that we'll be using. This will create the 3D text, and Photoshop will just be the one, finishing up the touch and adding it onto your website or something like that. So what you want to do is get Cinema 4D. I will have a link on this video that will lead you to get this program for free. And yeah, so after you get that, come back to this video and then you can restart this video and watch this guide. So, but if you have Cinema 4D, you can just keep watching it. So anyways, once you open up Cinema 4D, you'll get a screen like this, grey background with this green arrow, red arrow and blue arrow. This is your, base that you will start with. And this red and green and blue arrow will be the thing that to move your text like to the left, to the right, up, down, all that kind of stuff. But we're not going to go into that detail just yet. So once you're here, you want to change your settings. As you can see, you'll have a grey box in the middle, which is lighter than like these lines here. So what you want to do is get rid of this and then make it a bit more wide so you have more room to work with. So what you want to do is go on this little thing here. Now you got to follow this because this is pretty important to render your pictures in high quality and in just the text. You don't want the background or anything, you just want the text. So what you want to do is go on output, render render region, go on save. You want to put it on alpha channel, and then I think if you go on output again, and then you'll see the width, height. In this case I'll be doing the width, let's say 1500, because we need some room to work with. And height, we're going to put it to 500. Actually put it up a bit more, maybe 600. Alright, so keep these settings, don't mess about with them yet. If you're more experienced you can mess about with them, but I mean for beginners, don't touch them, just do the ones that I've told you. So after that you press exit, and then you'll see you have a much wider space to work with. You want to zoom out a bit so you know where your text will go. Right, once you've done that, you can see this. And I will show you how to add colors and everything in a bit. So what you want to do, you want to go on MoGraph, MoText. This is your main source of text that you'll be using. Think of your text, whatever text you want to put. So in this I'm just going to be putting tests, something simple. Right, so now we've got our 3D text, but it doesn't look really eye-catchy or what you want it to look like. What you want to do is go on this little icon and just move it to the center so you have more visibility to work with, and then go on depth. You can change the depth to anything, but in this case I will put it to 200, and I'm going to change my font because you need to make it look nicer. So if you want to change the font or you want to keep this one, just hold on. I'm just gonna pick, let's see. Alright, so this looks like a cool font. Alright, there we go. So we've got this font, and we have a more 3D looking text. So what you want to do is you want to create, now that you got this, you want to create a color. So what you do with color is you double click on this area here and you get this little ball that comes up. This is your color, and it's a 3D ball, and you can see all the like glinting and everything on this 3D thing, and it will reflect on your text after you've done it. So what I want to put this color as is let's say I'm just going to put this for grey, because I will show you what I mean in a second to make this look more nicer. But if you want one color 3D text, you can just do this, and then that's you done. Right, so you've done this, put it on grey. You want to go on luminance, put it a bit softer, the same colour. Actually, I'm not going to use luminance, so put it on reflection instead. This will give you that shiny effect. There we go. If you want to turn it down a bit, you can, but I'm just going to keep it about 69%. Alright, so now you're done with that, you want to drag it and drop it on your text, and then you have this. So let's render it and see what we got. Alright, so there we go, we've got text. Now, for a good looking text, I would suggest 2 colors. So what I'm going to do is go on your MoText over here on your objects. You want to Control C to copy and Control V to paste. Now that you got this, you want to delete this color here on the top layer, and you want to go on your depth. You want to reduce it to maybe, you click on this little arrow here just to see, and you just want to reduce it and go up on the top view by using this little spinny thing here. You can move it about, and then you'll see the width that your thing's reducing. So reduce it. I'm just going to put it about there. So after that, these arrows come into play. You want to hold down shift, right? Oh no, you don't hold down shift, you just move it back. Alright, so there, I'm moving it back just to the middle, so you get a bit of space here for the bottom layer. Right, now what I mean is, you want to go on cap, and you want to put it on fillet cap, and then you want to reduce this down to about 2 centimeters, and then do the same for the end. You want to reduce it down to 2 centimeters. Right, now we've got a somewhat black and grey, well, grey and lighter grey. So you can have 2 colors. Now double press on this, create a new color. In this case, I'll be using, let's say, a nice light green, no, light blue. And then reflection, do the same thing, put it about, for this reflection, I'll put it a bit lower, so about 15 to 17%. So after you've done that, you want to do exactly the same thing, drag this and drop it on the top layer, and there you go. So you got a nice front grey background, and no, front grey like picture text, and you also have a blue inside. So now that we've done this, we want to render it to see what it looks like. Now it looks like this, and I know it doesn't exactly look professional, so what we're going to use is light. Right, these lights are pretty important to make it look really nice, and you're going to go onto here, and then you want to click light. I actually done it twice, so I'm going to delete one. So you go onto this, and then you select light, and you get this that come up, and you see this little icon here. You want to go on this little thing again, go up, you want to drag this out, and as you can see, you want to go back down, and now we have some shiny in it. So you can move it about, find your best suitable spot, and I'm just gonna be pulling it up because I want the light to come shining from the top. So you can move it out to make it more, darker, lighter, darker, lighter. I'm just gonna put it about here because that looks right. Now we're gonna render it and see what it looks like now. Now we've got that, it looks alright. So you could add more lights to just make it look, to suit your standards of what you want, and that's really it on this, guys. Now you've got your 3D text, all you need to do is render it. Right, with the render setting that we set earlier, this shouldn't be too much of a problem because it will just render it with a blank background, and it will only render the text. So after you got your everything, you just want to go into this little film icon, and you want to press the middle one. After you press the middle one, it will render it. So it might take a while for you, it might not for others, because it depends on your computer speed. So what you want to do, go on File, Save As, PNG or JPEG, depending on what you want, and still image. Just keep these settings, and you press OK. Now you save it to your file that you want. So I'm just going to be testing. I'm just going to put A testing so it's easier to find. Now that you've done that, it will save to your desktop or something like that. And you want to go on your desktop and you want to go find that save. So mine's here, and this is where Photoshop comes in. So you open up Photoshop, drag it to Photoshop, drop, and there we go. Now we have a plain text with a blank background that we can work with without having to cut or use the pen tool to cut out. So now that you have this, we want to you know, put some character into it. We just don't want this putting around, or unless you do, you can. And so yeah, you want to put some character into it. So let's say, you know, I'm just gonna do a quick, you know, test. There we go. So we've got this base down. Now double click on this, put some drop shadows in it to give it a little bit more depth. You know, already it looks pretty nice, you know, look. And that's really it, guys. You got your 3D text. You can mess about with Photoshop. I will be making a video on how to, you know, edit your 3D text on Photoshop in the next video, so subscribe and stay tuned for that. And yeah, just before we go, I just want to do a little something cool. So let's say if you wanted to add a texture. If you want to add the texture, you want to go on your browser. You know, this is just to overlay on your text, just to make it look a bit more, you know, give it a bit more kick of a character. So you just want to go on Google, type in, let's say, I don't know, wall textures. Just an example, wall textures. Right, now that you on this, you get all different kind of stuff, you know. There's plenty of things to do. Then you just want to save this image, and then save it to your desktop. And it should appear on your desktop. Now drag it, drop it to your Photoshop, and get your text. So in this case, I'm going to make a new layer so I can transfer it to the other layer. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to drop it onto here. Right. Now you want to unlock this texture layer, and you want to put this down to the bottom layer. Let's see where that is. Alright, so I'm going to move it to here. Okay, now that it's under my layer and I can see where it is, I want to go on the top layer again, hold down Control, and you want to click within the box. So you get this little hand sign up. You want to click it. Oh, I mean, be on the bottom layer and then click on the top layer, holding down Control. Actually, no. I've done this wrong. Sorry, guys. You want to go on this, click in the within the box of the text layer, so you get this come up. Then you want to switch and go up to the top layer, and then just press Control C and then Control V, and then delete the texture layer. Now you get this. So you look, you got a carve out of the text that you've chose. So we're on this. We want to go on this blending mode. So you want to click on this arrow and then click on screen, and as you can see, you know, you can mess about and choose the best settings for you. So in this case, I'll be using this because it does look pretty cool. Color dodge. Might turn down the opacity a bit because it's a bit too bright. And then I'm just going to put a grey black background, or grey background again, just to see more color. Alright, it seems like it's a bit out of place, so I'm just gonna move it a bit. There we go. So we have that test, and as you can see, I kind of messed up with the shadow copy thing. I shouldn't have put the shadow in the background just yet. I should have, you know, saved it a bit. So, but we could fix that. Just delete that. There we go. Put it back on color dodge. Right, so there we go. And then after that, you can just merge these two layers. Drop shadow, put more depth in. Yeah, it doesn't look too good at the moment because it's messed up somehow. So yeah, that's really it, guys. How to create 3D text using Cinema 4D, you know, professional looking, and you can just mess about with the settings after you know what to do with it. So yeah, thanks for watching videos. Subscribe, stay tuned, go to the link to download Cinema 4D or Photoshop, you don't have it already. So yeah, thanks guys, peace out.